I wanted to go back and add this to the beginning of the video. This may not necessarily be the right way to install cowl induction on your car, and I guarantee that you're starting with something that's probably better than this one. About every chevelle project I know of, even the rested ones, are better than this one started out. But I wanted to say this little short story. This car was originally a Super Sport 4-speed 70 chevelle with a 396. It's a 350 horse car. I'm not cloning a 375 horse or a LS6. I ain't cloning this. It is what it is. It's a rough 70 Super Sport that's set in the woods, totaled behind this garage up here since 1978 until 2008 when me and Dad started working on it. So things on this car may not necessarily be like yours. I know things on this car aren't right. That being said, I hope you enjoy the video and might even learn something. I know I did, because before I did this little project of putting in the wiring and the bracket underneath the dash for this car, I never had done it. I had never done it before. I was in uncharted waters for me. And I didn't have a real one that had cowl induction to look at. This car had cowl induction when it was wrecked. And it was 1978, so anybody that's around back then knows that things weren't worth as much as they are now for these cars. Dad sold the original cowl induction air cleaner, all the wiring for it, and the cowl induction off the original hood for under $50. Cost a lot more than that to replace it. As I'm sure you're aware of that, it costs a lot more than $50 to replace the cowl induction setup on a 70 Chevelle. But that being said, I had never done it before, so I hope you enjoy learning, same as I did. Now back to the video. Hello again. I figured I'd try to make a how-to video. This car was originally a cowl induction car. However, the car was wrecked real hard and wasn't ever going to be fixed, and Dad sold the original cowl induction stuff. But we bought this hood at a swap meet. It's a genuine hood. However, the cowl induction stuff's aftermarket. So what I'm going to do here is attempt to show how to install the cowl induction wiring and flapper and everything to make it work. I've never done this before, so we're both going to get to learn. According to everything I've looked up on the internet, the solenoid could have been anywhere from around in here to right here. This car happens to still have the hole. So that's where I'm going to put mine. Back in a few. Alright, so according to my original hole and a screenshot I took of a video right here, of an original car, that's pretty close to how the cowl induction solenoid is supposed to look. And I've got the inner cowl induction door flapper wire right there. Tomorrow, here in a few minutes on this video, I have to figure out where to drill the hole for this one. This car was wrecked real hard, and I replaced half the firewall, so I don't have the original hole for that, or the tach. So the original tach engages car, I had to buy another original cluster for it. And I'm using the original wiring harness that I rewrapped and checked. But here in a few, I'll continue this video. Figured it should be informative. Here's a shot of my original data plate. And yes, it's been re-riveted, but I had to replace this part. You can see here where I joined the two together, because this side was killed. The roof had a big kink in it. Anyway, see you in a few. I'm gonna figure out how to install all that. They don't exactly send you very much instructions on how to install it. Back in a few with more. Alright, so this is the original corner of the cowl and firewall for the 70. And after more researching last night, I want to say that the cowl induction stuff goes through this hole. There's a plug on the other car. And the tach goes through this hole. Alright, so there's a square plug in that hole on this car, so I'm going to pick that out. Alright, so I got it took out. Now I have to get the insulation out from behind it. Alright, so I still have a little mess under here, but I think that round hole has to come out, or one of them does. Alright, so it's a round plug and a square hole. I guess that's right. Hell, it's closer than it could have been. I do need to drill a hole about right here. Have a tach wire laying inside the car. Back in a few. All right, so gas pedal goes down here. That wire's coming out right here. I'm gonna figure out how to run that over that. All right, so I ran it out, and on this side of the pedals, zip tied it there. Pink wire goes to ignition. Tan wire goes to accessories. Pink wire. All right. All right, so I guess those just kind of hang down there in case you need them. I guess I will later or something. But that's got this hooked in. These two wires end up going to your pedal switch. And as we can see here, that's what's left of my original tach wire. Be back in a few with more. Alright, so I've got the cowl induction wire I ran through. I drilled the tach wire as close as I could get it. Tach wire's out the firewall. And just because the tach wire grommet's old, I put a little seam sealer around it to keep it from falling back out. So now the cowl induction is wired in, except for the gas pedal bracket, gas pedal, and the vacuum line and wires running to the head. I'll probably show that in a later video, but before I'm done with this one, I'm gonna put the gas pedal and bracket in and drill a hole in the steering column bracket down there so the clutch rod can go through the firewall. Back in a few with more. So now I'm putting the gas pedal assembly in it. Too tied up in here for me to film this with a cell phone, so I'll be back after I get that and this up in there. Alright, so the gas pedal bracket, switch, and wires are hooked in. I have no idea if that's supposed to be bent to where it starts pushing that sooner. I know my pedal's hitting the carpet before it would, but that'll give you an idea if you're watching this to learn how to do it. The only reason I decided to make this is I can't see, you know, I'm sure if you search YouTube, you'll see a lot of people talking about putting the cowl induction part on the hood or adjusting it. But you don't see very much you know, you see a lot of people talking about how to put this in. And that actually seemed to fit pretty good on mine, because my hood is a factory hood. I think there's supposed to be a stopper here or something. But all that fit that hood pretty good. That was reproduction, hood's original. I showed you how the inside ended up looking. And I'm not saying that this is the right way or the only way to do this. This is the way I chose to do mine. In a second video, when I get time to make it, and when the hood's back on the car, I'll try to make one to show how to hook the vacuum line up and see if it works. But that'll be a while. So, until then, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please like, comment, share, subscribe, dislike. I don't care. Thanks for watching. God bless. Have a good day. See you in the next video.